Can you guys hear me fairly well? Yeah? Welcome to New Life Now. Good to have some of you guys back from vacations at various other places. And today I'm going to speak about something that you all go through. And I think if you really get something good for you today, you're going to change the way you look at suffering. We're going to be talking about suffering. Pain and suffering. It's going to blow your mind. Seriously. You know, I heard this story. I think it was last week or something like that. I'm not sure if you guys heard this. A young kid, about 7 years old, his father, not his biological father. The mother is a single mother. And the single mother left this child, about 7 years old, with her boyfriend, and she went out. You guys heard about that? And this guy was trying to punish the 7-year-old. And he took the 7-year-old, brought her over to the stove. You ever heard this? No? And the stove is on, the flame. And he took the kid's hand, placed it right above that flame. He was trying to punish the kid. Stupid reasons. No good reasons. And the kid's hand was right there, and the kid's screaming. And then he takes the hand and brings it closer and closer and closer to the flame until his skin starts to melt. When I heard that story, I'm like, oh boy, that's not the end of it. That was not even the beginning of it. The boyfriend of a single mother that takes a 7-year-old kid, strips him naked, puts him into the stove. Into the stove. Shuts the stove. And tells the kid, I'm going to turn on the gas. I'm going to cook you right now in the oven. Could you imagine that? You're 7 years old and you go through stuff like that? 7 years old. There's another story that I'm not even going to tell you that's even worse than this one. It involves a 4-year-old. And that 4-year-old is dead. I'm not even going to talk about that one. That's even worse than what I just told you. I'm going to ask you guys a very, very simple question. What do you tell a kid, a 7-year-old kid? What do you tell a kid like that? The pain and the suffering that he has to go through. The scarring that's within his heart, that's going to affect him for the rest of his life, right? It's going to affect him for a long, long time. What do you tell him? How do you comfort someone like that? It's tough. See, he lives in a tough neighborhood, this kid, but it's not just in tough neighborhoods that tough things happen to us. In this world, you heard about California, sunny California, in the governor's mansion, the ex-California governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You heard about what he has to go through? And his wife? Well, he cheated on her for 15 years. And then there's this young teenager, 15, 16-year-old, and all of a sudden, like, I don't know who's my dad. And he said, guess what? The governor's your dad. And it came out that way. That Arnold Schwarzenegger, the ex-governor of California, father and son with the housekeeper. Could you imagine if you're the governor's wife? I wonder, what do you do? Was that all a lie, that relationship? Could you imagine the suffering that she's going through from the betrayal? Are you guys getting me? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? And not just that. Closer to home. See, you don't have to be in the ghetto. You don't have to be in the governor's mansion. Right down the block, I have a neighbor. His name is Butch. And a few months ago, I've been asking for prayers for him through some of my teams here. See, Butch suffers from Parkinson's disease. One day I saw him just driving down. He got out of his car right in front of my house. I came out and we were just talking. He wasn't listening. Just like this. He can't stop. He can't stop. He's in construction. He drives. How can you work? You guys get me? How can you work like that? The pain and the suffering that he has to go through. And then on top of that, he's losing his short-term memory. So I could be talking to him. 10 minutes later, he would not know what I'm talking about. He can't record the conversations we have. He has a wife, Christine. And his wife is the caretaker. She takes care of him the best that she could. This is a true story. True story. 2 weeks ago, one of Christine's relatives, right down the block where I live, across the street, she comes over and knocking on the door. I'm in my pajamas. I say, what's up? What's up? It's like early in the morning. And she goes, Christine passed away. Which wife recently passed away 2 weeks ago? Some illness is up there, complications. I mean, if you're butch, that's your wife. In good times, no, they took your wife away, you suffer. But in bad times now, he's going through diseases. What do you do? Oh, so much pain, so much suffering in this world. What do you guys deal with? How do you guys handle pain and suffering? I'm sure we all have it. We all have this thing moving in our heart. So today I'm going to talk to you about pain and suffering. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help myself. There's a great opportunity. There's a great opportunity. When you see pain and suffering, you're going to see a different path today. And you're not going to be afraid. And you're not going to run away. And you're not going to be scared after you get this. Are we all here? Take your pen. Go to the happy bulletin. Nice and loud. Title of today's message is, I'm stuck. There's your first feeling. I'm asking you a very simple question. Are you sick and tired of pain and suffering? Are you sick and tired of pain and suffering? Please read Jeremiah 45:2. Nice and loud. Woe to me.
The Lord has added sorrow to my pain. I am worn out with groaning and my illness.
Okay, take a pen, please. So go, woe to me. The Lord has added sorrow. Wow. So sorrow. To my pain. So when you're suffering already from pain, and now there's sorrow, a deep sense of depression. This pain is not just physical, it's emotional, psychological, it's all that. And then, what does it say? It says, I am what? Worn out. So we're worn out. From what? With groaning and find no rest. And like that place. Have you guys ever felt that? Have you guys ever experienced that to the point that you're like, oh man, I can't handle this. I really can't handle this. See, it might not be a physical thing. You guys are young, healthy. And some of you might be dealing with stuff that we don't know. Maybe medical issues. But if you're not dealing with medical issues like Butch, you might be dealing with emotional issues. You might be dealing with issues that scarred your life, maybe when you're young, like that boy that's in the oven. I don't know what you're dealing with. This verse identifies that as a human being, we all have something in common. We will suffer in this lifetime, we will. Guaranteed. We will suffer. There is suffering. How do you deal with it? That's the whole thing. I saw a Facebook post from one of my, I won't name names. He goes, man, I'm going through all this stuff, and I use the word stuff. Such a letter S, alright? And I'm going through all this stuff. Man, can't handle it. I'm sick and tired of it. Maybe I just get a wife. Wifey. Maybe I just get a wifey and it's okay. And I said to myself, I said, no. If all that stuff, that's stuff, bad word, okay? If all that stuff you're going through, you think you get a wife and it'll be okay? No way. What kind of wife will want to get into your head right there and all that stuff and say, everything's okay? No way. Go through all that stuff. And guys, you know it's going to complicate it now. Don't get a wife, don't get a girlfriend. Take care of yourself first. When you're able to take care of yourself, then the ladies will say, oh. You guys get me? So, is that one way to deal with it? No way. If you go through pain and suffering, how do you deal with it? That's what I would like to know. Do you fight it? Do you blame it on somebody else? Do you blame it on God and say, woe to me? God, why do you do this to me? You're really there. Why do I have to go through all this crap? All this stuff? Right? Or do you blame it on your father, your mother, sibling, or the guy that, or the ladies? What do you do? No, blame it on. That's what you do. You blame it on somebody, you argue about it, or you run away from it. You know how many people run away from the problems? You know how many people run away from the pain? Just give me a beer. I need 10 of these. Right? You need more alcohol, drugs, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. None of that work. You know it and I know it. You want to fight it, it's not going to work. It's going to make you even more depressed. It's going to make you angry. If you run away from it, it's still going to haunt you. It's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. You don't know how to deal with it. But I want to tell you something. See, you might be stuck in that right now, but you can be set free. Not set free from trouble, not set free from suffering, not set free from pain. You will have pain. I'm going to tell you right now. I'll say it again. You will have pain. You will have suffering in this world. But I'm going to show you a way that you can set free from it, that you can deal with it in a different way. In a way that you say, oh man, okay. To get that, here's what you're going to do. Jesus freed you. That's with a D at the end. It's past tense. Jesus freed you, and you can find rest in Him. Please read Galatians 5:1, nice and loud. It is for freedom
that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery.
Please read Matthew 11, nice and loud.
Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and you will find rest for your souls.
Take the pen, please. It is for freedom that Christ, circle Christ. This is it. Christ. Christ has set us free. That's you. Underline that. And here's the action to take. Stand firm. Circle stand firm. Everyone say stand firm.
Stand firm.
Then, and do not let yourselves be burdened. Underline burden. Again. Check Matthew now. He says, come to me, all you who are weary. Underline that. Burden. Underline that. And Christ promised to you is, I will give you rest. Circle rest. He goes, take my yoke upon you, and you will find rest. Find rest for yourselves. Let me have attention, please. This is it. It starts right there. It starts right there. If you're sick and tired, suffering, pain, agony, all the BS, all that stuff that's happening in your life, and you look at the news or whatever it is that may be thousands and thousands of miles away, and you say to yourself, why does this stuff has to happen? It may be very distant. Why is this world so cruel? And you still can feel it because there's compassion within your heart for your fellow human being. It starts right there. It says, Christ has set you free. And it says, watch this, guys. It says, stand firm. Now, to stand firm, like I showed you guys already, it's not like, it's not this. No. It's not physically standing firm. It's mental. I won't say mental. It starts right there. That's your faith. Your faith must stand firm. That's what it is. Your faith. So when pain, when suffering, like that little boy, the only way that little boy can come out of it is right here. I'm telling you right now, it's not a physical thing. That little boy can say, I'm standing firm. No, it's not about that physical part. It's not about, I'm going to grow up to be a big man, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to get you back and put me in that other. It's not about that. The stand firm part is, okay, it's in Christ. He has set me free. He says, stand firm. That's, don't waver. What is it that you're not wavering about? Christ says, come to me. There's an invitation. Christ says, however you're suffering, whatever pain you're going through, I'm going to give you a break. Right here. That word rest is to relax, chill, take it easy. Right here, refresh yourself. That's what that word means. Is to take it easy, at ease, at ease. That word means to be refreshed, just slow. You know how many of your friends will tell you this? Get over it. You guys hear that? Get over it. Why don't you just get over it? Whatever pain and suffering you're going through, and someone tells you get over it, man, that's the worst thing you can tell. Could you imagine yourself telling that boy get over it? Can anyone of you tell me to tell that boy to say get over it? Can he get over it? It's that practical to get over it. If you could get over it, he would have gotten over it. And there's no way, I'm not going to say that word, there's no way that he can get over it. There's no way. There's only one way. There's only one way. It's in Christ. Christ gives you this invitation to come. It's tired, it's weary, it's fatigued. This is not just sleepy, this is like you're mentally laying down. I can't handle this anymore. Then Christ, come. If you can't handle it no more, if you've done it yourself no more, come. 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 I'll give you rest. He goes, come. You'll find rest for yourself. How does this work? How does this work? I'm going to show you how does this work. That every time you go through pain, every time you suffer through something, that you feel there's an injustice, I'm going to show you that it is an opportunity. This is the amazing part right now. You don't choose suffering. I don't choose suffering. But within suffering, there's joy, there's purpose. Within, catch this. I'm going to show you guys this. Within your pain, that's very specific to you. Within your pain, within your suffering, there is an opportunity, amazing, amazing opportunity for joy, for purpose. You and I will not choose to suffer. There's something so cool and so good within that suffering. I'll prove it to you right now. Are you okay? So that when you walk out today, you're going to look at your pain. You're going to look at your suffering. And you'll be free from that suffering. You'll still go through that suffering, but you'll be free. to be free. But look at it so differently as an opportunity. Within every pain that you have, within every suffering that you have, there are 3 opportunities. I'll prove it to you right now. Pick it back. Jesus promised joy and purpose. That's a promise. Jesus promised joy and purpose and stuff. Please read Luke 6:20, 22, nice and loud. Looking at his disciples, he said,
Blessed are you who weep now, for you will laugh. Blessed are you when men hate you, when they exclude you and insult you and reject your name as evil, because of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy, because great is your reward in heaven.
Take your pen, please. This is Jesus talking to his disciples. It's not just he's talking to us. We are his disciples. We are his people. Jesus says, blessed. You want to say blessed?
Blessed.
Underline blessed. He says, blessed are you. That means happy. You'll be with joy. Are you who what? Weep. He says, for you will what? Laugh. Man, this doesn't make sense, right? Man, I'm crying. You can tell me I'm going to laugh. He says, watch it. Blessed. Underline that again. Are you when men hate you, circle hate you. There's going to be 4 things I want you to identify with. Blessed are you when men, that means not just men, but all kinds of people. When people hate you, circle hate you. When they what else? Number 2. Circle that. Who's been excluded before? Let me look up. Who's been excluded before? Who's been divided? Who's been cast aside? Who's been isolated? Who's been saying, no, you don't belong? You felt hate? Have you ever felt hate by someone? Yeah. Doesn't feel good, right? Now they isolate you. What's the 3rd thing? Insult you. Have you been insulted? Anyone here been insulted? Yeah. 4th thing. What else? Reject your name. Circle that. As evil. Man. Now catch this now. Circle the word because. There's a purpose of the Son of Man. I don't like that. Now this is going to blow your mind. Be open. This is going to blow your mind. When I read this, I'm like, wow. Rejoice. Circle the word rejoice. When? In that day. Underline that day. What's the next action? Everyone look at me. What's the next action?
Leap for joy.
Like this. That's what he's telling me to do. I can't believe it. Circle leap for joy. Why? Why am I leaping for joy when I'm crying? Why? Why am I leaping for joy when men hate me, divide me, and insult me? And they say that I'm evil. Why? Because great is your reward in heaven. Underline that. Let me have your attention, please. This is so cool and so amazing. You have to catch this. If you tell that little boy, there's no purpose, and there's nothing you can get away from it, just get over it, you're not doing anything for him. Is that true? He's going to grow up and he's going to say, I can't believe this world. This world sucks. It's true, right? All this pain, all this suffering, there's no purpose behind it. And what Christ is telling you is, come. I'm going to give you rest. I'm going to refresh your mind. I'm going to chill with me. And here's what you stand firm and hold on to. Every pain, this is what Christ is saying to you. Every pain, every suffering that you're going through, it's going to change. When it's under my name. When I'm a part of that, when I'm not part of you, when you made a part of me to be part of your pain and suffering, it changes. There's going to be joy, and there's going to be purpose behind it. And you're going to tell me, it's coming from why? Where's the joy coming from? How does that whole thing work? Where's that purpose? See, watch this. If there's no purpose in that boy's suffering, he's suffering for no use, no reason, there is no joy. True? True. If there is a purpose, if I could find a purpose in that boy's suffering, if I could find a purpose, if you can find a purpose in your suffering, in your tears, in your pain, will you find a little joy in it now? Tell me. If there is a little purpose behind all your suffering, will you find a glimmer of hope and joy? That's what we're looking for, okay? So I'm going to show you the 3. There are 3 opportunities in every suffering. The first one, dependence. Here's the first one. It's about connection. When you suffer, it's to draw closer to Jesus. It's to draw closer to Jesus. Please read 2 Corinthians, nice and loud. To keep me from becoming conceited.
There was given me a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me, but But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties.
You gotta get
I
this.
am weak and I am strong.
You guys gotta get this. This is the first purpose. There is a purpose, there's an opportunity. Every time you go through pain and suffering, watch this. It is to keep me from becoming what? Conceited. Circle the word conceited. They was giving me a thorn, underline the word thorn, in my flesh. A messenger of Satan. So you know this is evil. This is not of God. God didn't do this. It came from Satan. What is the purpose from Satan? It was to torment me. So go torment. It goes 3 times I pleaded, take it away, take it away, take it away, and then Christ did not take it away. Let me give attention. I'll read this real quickly for you. Some of us know this story, but I'll just show you the story. Here's this man. He's attacked, and he's tormented. And he's depressed. He said, no more, please, no more. I can't handle this. I can't handle this bullcrap. I can't handle this stuff. No more, please. And he goes and prays to Christ. Take this away, please. He goes 3 times. It's like 3 times. Take it away. This pain that's in the side. This thorn. We don't know what that is. It's not physical. It's not a physical pain. But it torments him. It's from the evil. So it's not a good thing. It's not like I got a broken arm. Take away my broken arm. There's some evil force that being attacked by this guy Paul. And Paul goes, take it away, take it away. And what did Christ say? No. I'm not about to take away your pain. I'm not going to take away your suffering. No, I'm not going to take any of that away. And Paul knows right away I've had to use some of the word to keep me from being conceited. Keep you from being arrogant. To keep you from trying to do it on your own, that you can handle it. That's what Paul says. That's why Christ allows suffering in your life. So Paul goes, okay, I'm not going to be conceited, I'm not going to be arrogant. Take it away, take it away. It's not taken away, it's never taken away. So he prays and prays, Lord, Christ, just take it away. It's not taken away. And then within all that praying, you know what happened? Paul goes, I got it. I got it. You want me to tap into your power. You want me to tap into your power. That's what happened. That pain, that suffering, there was a purpose. It was Christ's way to draw Paul closer. Don't rely upon yourself. And then Paul goes, man, I get this so much. I delight. Wow. I delight in suffering. I delight in difficulties. I delight in hardships. So he finds this joy. As stupid, as amazing, and it's like, I don't want this kind of pain. Paul sees, man, there's this joy with this pain and suffering. I can tap into Christ's power. So the first purpose of pain and suffering is to draw you closer. You know, I heard this story. It's a real story. I'll just call her Hilda, okay? 4 years old. You think that boy had it bad? This is going to blow your mind. True story, she's from Asia. 4 years old. The mom and her dad sold her away. Just give her away. Sold her away for money. She's not working in some type of a factory. The mom and dad sold her to be a sex slave at 4 years old. There are people out there that enjoys little girls and little boys. It's sick. It's true. It's real. So at 4 years old, she's sold, given away, in return for just some measly dollars from parents. And now she's growing. She becomes a teenager. She's still stuck in that. She's still stuck in that crap. That's real hell. That's crap. When she became a teenager, she had two children. She gave birth to 2 children from unprotected sex. No flowers around. But she goes like this. These are mine. I'm going to be a mother to them. I'm going to be a mother to these 2 little kids. I'm going to be a good mother to these 2 little kids. And you think that was the end of the story? No. It gets worse. According to Hilda, right? Hilda's mom comes back into the picture. And Hilda's mom takes the 2 kids away from Hilda. And Hilda's mom tells Hilda, you are an unfit mother to your 2 children. You should not have children. So the grandmother takes the 2 children. I'm sure she's not raising them up. I'm sure she'll probably sell them again, right? So you're Hilda, and this is all you know. You're stuck, you're stuck. Could you imagine the pain and the suffering that you have to go through? This is not the end. It gets worse. It gets worse. She has to perform 50, 60 times a day. There would be lines out of that brothel. She's not the only girl. There are not even girls. And she writes, and she says 40, 50 times, these men will come. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, next. It's continuous. It's continuous. And she says, I'm dealing with it. I'm dealing with it. I gotta deal with this. And then something happened. Just one time, this man asked her to do something in the room, but he asked her to do something that she did not want to do. It was some virgin that she said, no, I'll do all that, but I'll draw the line, I can't do that. You know what the man did? The man picks up a stick, a rod, and bashes her head. True story. And then rush her to the hospital. She's about to die. Her head is cracked open. Pain and the suffering of this young woman, I don't know. I couldn't even start. She has tubes going to her noses and mouth and everything just to keep her alive. And she said right then and there, I want to die. I just want to pull those tubes out and I just want to die. I just want to die right now. All that pain, all that suffering. No more, no more. And then in that pit, she goes like this. God, if you are real, help me. I'm praying to you right now. God, can you hear my cry? Just listen to the pain that I'm going through. She goes, if you are real, get me out. Just get me out of this. And that was it. That was her prayer. She's still in the hospital. Crack open. And then she had a dream. Which country she's at? Asia, right? She does not speak Chinese, English. She would not understand English. She's illiterate. But in that dream, she saw 2 words in English. There was a vision, 2 words. It says this, Rahab Institute. She does not know what that is. She just sees a vision, scrolls. Rahab Institute. That was it. She thought she was dreaming. She got up. Just keep on coming back to Rahab Institute. Rahab Institute. So then she goes to the nurse. She goes, "What is this? What is this Rahab Institute? You gotta find out what this is." And they don't understand. So she has to scroll out on a piece of paper with a pen. But she doesn't even know how to pronounce it. She doesn't know English. So then the nurse looks at it, and Hilda says, "Find this for me, find this for me, find this for me." They have no idea what it is. So the nurse goes and opens up the directory. There is a Rahab Institute. There's a telephone number. And then he'll go, call that number. And so the nurse picks up the phone and calls. It goes like this, ring, 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 pick up, ring, ring, ring. And then Hilda goes, "God, make someone pick up that phone, please. If you are real, I need your help. If you are real, please answer. Let me know you are real. If you are real, then have someone pick up the phone." The nurse calls again. Ring, ring, see the office is closed. And that was it. This was service last prayer. You are real, have someone pick up the phone. No one picks up the phone, I'm done. Office was closed. So the phone goes, ring, ring, ring. And this one is hello. Ray happens to Ray happens. You see, the office was closed. But just so happened the director of Rahab Institute happened to walk in to pick up a file for a case. And when the director picked up the phone, she said, you've reached Rahab Institute. We specifically help people, young ladies who are prostitutes, who are stuck in that life. You see, the name Rahab, she's a harlot, she's a whore, she's a prostitute in the Bible. And she became one of the most revered, honored women in the Bible. And so people put this institute together to help young women who are stuck in prostitution. And so the director goes, you come here, we'll love you, we'll help you, and you will never have to go back to that again. The first purpose, when you're sick and tired, is that connection. It connects you, draws you closer to God. That's the purpose. In your good time, guarantee watch this. In your good time, my good time, we're arrogant and we will not reach out to God. It is when we're down low in the pits, and that's why Paul says to keep me from being conceited, to keep me from being conceited on my own. Christ allows this thorn in my flesh so that it will tap onto his power. So the first purpose is connection. Everyone say connection. It draws you closer to Christ. Here's the second point. It's about character. You suffer to do good by Jesus. There's a purpose for your suffering. So you can be like him, to do good. Please read 1 Peter nice and loud. But how is it
wrong and endure? If you suffer for doing good and you endure it, that is commendable before God. To this you were called, because Christ suffered for you, leaving you an example that you should follow his steps.
Okay, cool. Take your pen, watch. How is it to your credit? And I love this question. It's a rhetorical question. You want to answer. How is it to your credit you receive a beating for doing wrong and endure it? Yeah, you deserve it. That's what he's saying. This is what Peter's saying. If you do something wrong, you get a beating, you deserve it. So there's no credit. You get hit for doing wrong. But watch this. Circle but. Here's the contrast. Here's the real thing. But if you suffer for doing good, underline that, suffer for doing good, and you endure it, underline endure it, this is commendable before God. This is good. This is good before God. He says this. To this you were called. Circle the word this. To this. That means you have to suffer for doing good. You were called, underline called. Why? Circle because Christ suffered for you. Underline Christ suffered for you. Leaving you an example, circle the word example, that you should follow in his steps. Give me your attention, please. Now, we just finished this class, this week class, more like Christ. It was a really cool class. There's some people online and various that pretended you want to grow like Christ, to grow more like him. I'm telling you something. It's so difficult to be more like Christ. I think anyone that says I want to be more like Christ is nuts. It's so difficult. It's so boring. I'll show you something. You could decide and you could choose at your time when you want to do good. Is that true? When you want to do a good deed. True? You decide, right? When you want to, where you want to, how you want to. You decide. And that's hard enough already to do good. But I'm going to ask you, when you're ready to do good, where do you have to suffer and when you're doing good? Anyone of you want to do that? It's hard enough for us to want to do something good. Are you telling me, as I'm doing something good, I have to suffer? Then no way, no way. I bet you every one of us say, no, I'm stopping. No, I don't want to do that. But there is an opportunity. Every time you're going through pain and suffering, it's a test. I tell you, there's a purpose. It's a test of your character, of who you are. Every time you're going through something, it's going to test who you are. It's going to test your character. That's the bottom line. How are you going to deal with it? Will you fight? Will you run away? Will you say, I don't want to do this anymore? Even though it's supposed to be good? I'm going to fight back? Or do you stay strong? You say, no, this is a test of me. This is a test of my character. I'm going to stay strong. I'm going to stand firm in Christ. Yes, I'm going to tap into His power. Now it's about building my character to be more like Christ. That's the test. When you're down and out, and your pain and your suffering, what are you going to do? Continue to do good now. You know, this past week something happened. I was just with a colleague. No, I shouldn't even use the word colleague. Bad illustration. I'm going to use the word colleague. I was with a friend. No. I was just talking to a friend, and my friend says, tell me something about this guy. I just call this guy Joe. And Joe says something about me behind my back again. I'm like, for real? Again? Why me? I heard it. I'm like, come on, you're kidding me. See, Joe's this guy that I kind of know. And every time I know Joe, like, Joe's always talking to me, yapping behind my back. And it's been happening not once, not twice, but years. Seriously. Years. I'm like, really? Again? So I thought I put this all behind me. It's always yapping about me, talking stuff about me, negative stuff, unproven charges. And I used to get so upset, depressed, and angry. And it's just true suffering. Sometimes it's not just physical, right? I read have clipped it once, and I'm fine. I'm fine, seriously. But to have someone talks about you behind your back and say the things that you're doing is really of the devil, you're not good. I was so depressed for a while. I had to call a friend, and then I kind of ranted for 2 minutes. Well, I shouldn't say rant, but I kind of had to let it out. And I had to catch myself. I said, enough. See, it's a test of your character. Are you going to continue to do good and focus on what you have to do, or are you going to let it distract you? You know what I'm saying? So here's what you do. Every time you're going through pain and suffering, I shared this last week, just say, I love you, Lord. You want to say, I love you. That's the opportunity for you to draw close and connect and show out your character. You want to finish today? Take your pen. You want to finish today right now? Here's the third thing. It's a commission. It's to suffer to comfort others with Jesus. When you're suffering, it's an opportunity for you to comfort others with Jesus. Please read 2 Corinthians. Praise be to the Lord, God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion,
and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble, with the comfort we ourselves have received from God.
Okay. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion, and the God of all comfort, who comforts us, comforts us. Underline in all our troubles. Circle so that we can comfort those in trouble. Underline, we can comfort those in any trouble. How? With the comfort we ourselves have received. Circle with the comfort. Underline, we have received. Let me finish with this, please. There is a purpose to all your pain and to all your suffering, and you know what that purpose is. It draws you closer to Christ, it tests your character, and now watch this. Here's the joy. So you can comfort somebody else. That simple. And when you are able to help somebody, you'll be happy. I'll prove it to you right now as I'll prove it to you. Remember Hilda? The prostitute? Got bashed in the head, sold a slave. Can you imagine how she got out of it by the Rahab Institute? The director was a former prostitute. The people that helped her are former prostitutes. They are only one, not you, not me. None of you, and not myself included, can help them. We have not gone to Russia. We could try, but I can't help her. I could try. But only someone that's been through what she's gone through can help her True? Is that true? It's true. So the director and all those people to help her, and they help her. Could you imagine the joy of that director? My Lord. Could you imagine the joy? You could help this young woman out, take her away from this junk, and watch her be new, fresh again, and have new life. People like that. You don't get it. You're missing out. All the pain and all the suffering you're going through, only you know. And only you can help those that are going through the same thing that you're going through. I can only help certain people. But God gave you your pain. God gave you your suffering. So you can comfort them. Not like this. Not like, call me anytime. No. I'm here for you. No. Only you know when you have received Christ and when you've been comforted by Christ, that He says, hey, Christ loves you. You can get out of this. That's the purpose. That's your opportunity. So whatever pain and suffering you're going through, there's a purpose. And you will find happiness in your pain and your suffering when you're really help somebody else. And when you see that somebody else come out of it, man, you'll be jumping up and down. Let us pray.